and get us underway. John O'Brien gives Paula Ferguson the thumbs up and even a smile on his face as they also enjoy a wonderful 10 days Netball World Cup experience for the referees. Uganda shooting to the right of screen in the yellow, and it'll be Wales to the left of screen in red, and Proskovia, well, she sets up for Uganda. And you'll expect to see quite a bit of movement from her on court today. She doesn't just stand and wait. She gets out, gets the ball and delivers. There's Kyra Jones, probably one of the best for Wales throughout this tournament. Formerly a West Australian, played for the Perth Orioles in the former Commonwealth Bank Trophy domestic competition, Kyra Jones in the centre for Wales, and now finds herself married, living over in the UK and representing the Welsh team. So a good start for Uganda and a good start for Proskovia. And Emma Thomas goes to the post. Chelsea Lewis, so dominant. Solid game for her yesterday, Chelsea Lewis. On the losing side, she shot 40 from 45. And really has been the one they look for every time the ball goes to circle. Emma Thomas will play out the front of her today. And she really just does the work, as does this lady, Nanyonga. Although yesterday was the dominant shooter for Uganda against South Africa, shooting 22 from 29. But you'll see her do a lot of the work out the front of the circle and to set Proskovia up at the back. And the smile nice and early on the face of Peace Proskovia. Jones working with Bethany Dyke on the outside of the circle for Wales. There's Dyke hitting the top. Waits for Thomas. Offloads. Oh, well, that's been missed and picked up beautifully by Namakasa. And she has worked tirelessly in defence for Uganda all week. And just comes up with the unexpected ball, Namakasa. Goal defence for Uganda. And there's Jones. Well, you can expect her to pick up some ball today. 2 intercepts and 11 goal assists yesterday for Kyra Jones. And a nice finish for Wales. We mentioned these two sides met before, and at the end of the first quarter on day 4, it was 15 apiece, so we'll keep our eye on the scoreboard today. We wonder whether the pattern will remain the same. Jones and Dyke. Again, back to Jones. Too strong in the pocket over Mimi. Tough day for Wales yesterday against Malawi. You have to relish those moments when you get to play some of the top nations in the world. Wales definitely on the improve. Chelsea Lewis, the one that's been doing that as a sigh of relief, goes out there for the Welsh crowd. I'm not sure if that's a mother, but she just acted like a mother watching her daughter play. Victorious there, just sitting off trying to hunt the ball. Proskovia, the full stretch over the arms. Rosanna Pretorius from Wales. The ball drops, and as we expected early, goal for goal battle. So late. Last day of this Netball World Cup 2015 campaign. Beautiful feed coming in from Jones to Lewis. It's the gold medal day. Australia taking on New Zealand. England and Jamaica will battle for the bronze medal. Will be the world record crowd, you believe, at Allphones Arena. Expecting over 17,000 people. They broke a world record yesterday with audience attendance. So the crowd has been phenomenal here in Sydney and loving their netball. 16 nations. Just over the head there of Williams. So Susie Drain, the captain for Wales. Feeds off to Dyke. Dyke looking for Lewis, finds Lewis on the baseline. Beautiful feed over the top. And the connection to Lewis, very good for the Welsh. Great positioning from Chelsea Lewis. So the strong drive, that's what we expect to see Proskovia. She'll work this entire goal third. Every last centimetre of it she'll use. Good contest coming from the side, Pretorius. Matching piece Proskovia for height. Rachel Nanyonga offloads to Proskovia. Two arms over the ball coming from the Welsh defence. It doesn't faze Proskovia. There's part of what we call the brain trust of the Ugandan side. They're the ladies in the crowd. They take the stats and they cheer on this fantastic African nation, Uganda. We call them the She Cranes. When they come out at the beginning of a game, they simply dance their way into the stadium and usually dance their way onto the netball court. It is the wonderful colour that they bring, how much they have learnt and have grown through this tournament. What a thrill it's been to be able to call them. As Mimi finds Proskovia, well, she doesn't find her too much on that pass. She'll be frustrated with that because there was no defensive pressure. And Proskovia just indicating there, it's all good. Thumbs up, don't stress. Early days. So Williams, Pretorius linked defensively. Jones just getting a hand on that, stopping that from being over a third. And again, Thomas, well, just keeps the ball in play, finds Emma Thomas, who's just tweaked the ankle on approach into the circle. And yeah, that has really hurt Emma Thomas. You can see there she's shaking and she is in quite some pain. Of course, the back end of 10 days, every little thing hurts 10 times as much, but I would say that she's quite unsettled, Emma Thomas. So we'll see if we can hear in from the coach.
Your drop diamond is looking really good. There are intercepts on your side, Steph, here, and across for you as well. So you just got to turn your angles. When you mark the side on, remember what we said, 45, so then you can angle your drop, okay? So just be aware not to be flat and alongside her. Keep adjusting so you're 45, and then you can cover her drop. All right, good pressure, ladies. Really good pressure. Yes? So, yeah. Just take control, a little bit coming through. Make sure when you change in direction to offer for the outlet. Yeah, you know, so go away and come back rather than wait.
Yeah, no, I would just.
All right? So, circle edge. Yes.
Look each other in the eye. We've trained for this. Yeah? Belief. In day G. Come on!
Some brilliant words coming from Patricia Wilcox. Fantastic that we can get the microphone in on the huddle. And Thomas now just seeing if she can apply some weight bearing to that ankle. She looks ginger, but it looks like she's going to continue. Emma Thomas. Oh, she's also going to take the ball, and that's a very smart move. She'll offload and tell Chelsea Lewis, can you just suck it up for a second and do it for me? So Lewis goes to the post, and Emma Thomas will just run out that ankle as best she can. Yeah, she is still really struggling. You can see there just at the top of screen. Oh look, that's almost awkward to watch. Thomas course, ankle injuries, you do get that immediate pain, and if you can eventually run it out, it tends not to hurt during the game, it just kills at the back end of the game. So I think we'll see Emma Thomas just bear through this at the moment. Uganda respond, but Wales have just taken this little lead here and running with the centre pass. No, the injury time's gone, and Emma Thomas has just indicated to the bench that she really is struggling. So what that will mean is Chelsea Lewis will have to move to goal attack. Hasn't been her most familiar position throughout the week, and that will bring young Jessica Rowe, or Georgia Rowe, onto the court for Wales, and you can just see there the treatment immediately going to Emma Thomas. And I would say, all going to plan, that if they can get her up and at it, they will have her back on court, maybe going into the second quarter. Dyke, surely they'll cite the 193 centimetres in Rowe. Just a young gun, Georgia Rowe. Not much of her, as you can see. But a huge future ahead for Team Wales. I heard a great story that she was cited by the former Welsh coach, Melissa Hindman, in a milk bar. Wales was asked the question. Actually, I don't believe she was asked the question. She was told, do you come in to play netball, Georgia Rowe? I think she'd played a little bit of it, but nowhere near at the level that she now finds herself on the international scene in Sydney, wearing her country's colours. Proskovia. Well, she's come out and dominated, shooting all of Uganda's 9 goals to date. And a great contest there from Mimi. Oh, just holds on to that Susie Drain. They're going to have to centre this ball up, open the court space. There it is. Williams. There's Dyke. Lewis up the middle. The first place she looks is sideways. Maybe nowhere near as confident in finding Rowe. And that's a better ball, and Georgia Rowe, well, she cops an elbow, wondering whether she was going to call injury time. Chelsea Lewis comes over and says, come on. And Georgia Rowe stands up strong. Look at that young baby face of Georgia Rowe. And she'll learn about what it's like to be at this level, coming up against these African nations, because Uganda, they have fought hard all week, contested ball heavily. They'll continue to do this against Wales for the best part of this game. So you can see there, Dyke with ball, Nantenza guarding Georgia Rowe. Great height difference. They just have to gain confidence in Rowe that they can use that height. In the meantime, Chelsea Lewis says, don't worry about it. I'll sort things out at goal attack while my mate Emma Thomas gets some medical attention on the court. So can Rowe pop this one in? Well, great stuff from Georgia Rowe. Not quite ready to smile and enjoy the moment. You get the nerves are there for Rowe. And Wales now pop themselves out to a 4-goal lead early. Uganda will be asked to respond, and Nanyonga now about to go to the post for her first shot of this game, and it rolls right around the ring and drops out. And an offside call, so undisciplined play coming from Uganda. And the transition now for Wales. Williams, there's Lewis, both of them playing their 50th cap for Wales today. And Jones just steadies at the top of the circle, sizes up Rowe, finds the pass, and Rowe delivers the deal. Georgia Rowe. And Jones just trying to burrow through the middle of the Ugandan defence, and it's to no avail. Namakasa will set up the penalty. And just some undisciplined play from Dyke, and you can see the facial expression of John O'Brien indicating it's contact, and be careful. Rachel Nanyonga, not the confidence with her at the moment to go to the post. And they are as tough as nails, this Ugandan side, quick to get up and move on. Proskovia offloading to Nanyonga, and she now can settle her scoreboard. The eyes of the Ugandans wooing on their she-cranes and hoping that they'll come up with the win at the end of this game today. We said it's playing for 7th and 8th, so both of these sides making it into the top 8 pool, already a credit to both of them. And any result thereafter would just be a bonus. Just over 1 minute left on the clock of play. Wales came into this with 3 wins and 4 losses. Uganda with 2 wins and 5 losses, but they were 2 crucial wins. And with 3 goals down, just need to rally here and score this goal. Keep Wales within reach early. Oh, Pretorius. Well, the pass coming from Nakachwa. She almost picked up her mobile phone and rang Mimi to tell her it was coming. Pretorius comes up with the goods. So Wales now, Drain just settles and finds Jones. No space at the moment here for Wales. And that'll be a possession call. So she won't be required to stand out of play, but doesn't realise it. The Ugandan defender. It's a possession call, so it's play on. And again, Jones at the top of the circle, really looking for Lewis. She was well and truly covered, so opted for Rowe. Almost a 3-second call, but Georgia Rowe, well, she should be giving her teammates oodles of confidence. And it's just before this whistle goes, she pops that ball in, and Uganda very smart there just to soak up the clock as we head into the quarter time break. And Wales really have their foot down at the moment. They have demanded this first quarter score out to 4 goals. It's Wales over Uganda by 4. And Uganda go to the bench. Just missed a couple of opportunities at the post. Chelsea Lewis there out to goal attack, and young Georgia Rowe at the left of screen. Well, she came on courtesy of the injury of Emma Thomas. And just off camera at the moment, Captain Susie Drain has made her way across court. You'll see her come into camera there. And she's just been having a chat with the umpires. And just probably asking the question about clarity over a few decisions. As we look at this first quarter statistic board, well, shooting accuracy for Wales, how thrilled can you be? It doesn't get any better than that at 100%. And pretty much the rest of the game quite level at the moment, but it's all Wales in this first quarter over Uganda.
They are lacking discipline at the moment. There's a lot of stuff going in. You have to keep your blue heads, all right? You have to keep nice and calm and let the umpires take care of that. Just play your game. Don't get into all the arms. Short, sharps, not big strides there. So just keep it in and use your fainter direction. If you are going to step, as I said, step slightly here rather than into them, all right? Nice and calm when you get in there. Look for your pockets. Make sure you're offering some pockets with individuals at the top as well. Yeah? You've got intercepts. Calm. Play your game. All right, let's go. Lift again.
Netball World Cup 2015 action, day 10, the final day of this brilliant tournament, and Wales, Uganda finding it out for 7th and 8th position. Wales led into that quarter-time break by the 4 goals. And it'll be Uganda with the centre pass. And a chance for them just to fight back early on. Nanyonga. Karchwa at the top of the circle, great elevation, strong take on the ball from Proskovia, and a good start for Uganda. Interesting to have a bit of a listen, as I did just in our break, to the words coming from the Welsh coach, Patricia Wilcox, and just explaining to the players that there's a fair bit of whistle going on and not to get untidy. Don't be the ones on the back end of the whistle. Stay clean, stay in play. So really choice words from their coach. As Proskovia, well, she comes out bounding in glory. Hugging the sideline, Nakachua, great vision to the circle. Good confidence in that connection to Proskovia. And a good start. They need to continue that, Uganda. Just to sight the post immediately and have confidence to deliver that ball. Proskovia so strong under the circle. So Jones, again, the decision. Do I go Lewis in front or the young Georgia Rowe at the back? Chelsea Lewis. She's putting up her 10th goal from 10 attempts. And not enough on that from Rachel Nanyonga. Steph Williams, her 50th cap, comes up with the deflection, and quickly Wales are down court. Uganda are going to have to work hard on their transitional defence. This Welsh side just blistering at the moment. Georgia Rowe, the ball just falls into her hands. And Georgia Rowe now popping in 4 goals from 4. Stands at 193 centimetres. 2 centimetres taller than Australia's Caitlin Bassett. And there's Emma Thomas on the bench, injured. Rolling the ankle. She was in some distress. I saw her just at the back of play, just trying to test the ankle out. But at the moment, they don't need her on court, so the change with Lewis out the front and Rowe in is working for Wales. Betty Namakasa, really the stalwart for Uganda in defence. Only her 10th cap for Uganda. Proskovia, well, she's played 21 games for Uganda. It was 1979 when Uganda last played at a Netball World Cup, and we desperately hope that it won't be that long again. Jones opting to go backwards to Williams, gets it again and sets Dyke up on the circle edge. And Williams just holding that front position. So strong, it's going to require good footwork from Uganda just to get around the body. And 10s are there. We'll have to adjust on that. And Wales solid now out of this quarter-time break, holding a 6-goal lead. And the question being asked of Uganda, and again, Mimi Proskovia, well, she really didn't know what to do as she had stepped in, but just so strong under the post, rebounds her own shot, comes up with it in the end. Here's Proskovia. She won't be thrilled with that scoreline at the moment, and will want her team to turn some ball over here. Well, Georgia Rowe I reckon that was a clear push in the back, and lucky to get away with that. She want to be very careful, Georgia Rowe. Oh, great ball and vision. Pretorius read that well. Perfect angle. And just have a look at the box being set up defensively here from Wales. So the confusion of space. Jones pulls out of that one. And again, you can see the box set up. But it doesn't worry Uganda. They thread the needle right through the middle, find Proskovia under the post, and she continues her form. As one of the little Aussie fans, she's picked up Uganda as her second team. She's just sighted herself on the big screen. Oh, I love it. Your 15 seconds of fame. And some aspiring young netballers getting in amongst it. There's Rashid Mubira, the coach of Uganda. We
are going to take. You have refused to pull the game. Alice, where be? Doctor, mujeyo.
Calm. Collected is the coach, Rashid Mubira. Unfortunately, I can't necessarily communicate to you exactly what was said. I can tell you, though, that he said that we just need to cool this game down. And the change, we'll talk to you through that in just a second. Uganda opting for substitution in the break, but Georgia Rowe, she's straight back into the thick of it. Stella Oyella, you can see there coming on at goalkeeper. And she entered the game yesterday for the Ugandans and did quite a good job. We actually begged the question as to whether or not we thought she should have come on a little bit earlier. So maybe she could just be the spark that the Ugandans need. And the penalty now set up. Mimi, there's Rachel Nanyonga working outside the circle. And she goes the 1-2. And eventually can deliver at the post. So good run here for Wales. And they're continuing strong form here. The Welsh. So an important moment now for Uganda. Halfway through this second quarter, Wales really have been dominant. And now again, just an individual error coming and the footwork. Well, lucky to come up with it, Uganda. Really need to make sure this counts. There'll be a throw in for Uganda. Oh, lovely movement. Well, good work from Proskovia. And again, Rowe holding space, but Stella Oyella there, well, she's got a better reach on her, has Oyella, and she may just be able to contend a little bit better with the height of Georgia Rowe. Out of play, goal defence. Namakasa Beautiful shot from Chelsea Lewis. Really has grown in stature, Chelsea Lewis, not just across this tournament, but over the last couple of years for Wales. And really becoming quite a dominant force for the Welsh as that ball gets fed brilliantly into Proskovia from Mimi. The connection there working very well for Uganda. And this is where the Ugandans are struggling to come up with anything defensively. The Welsh playing smart and protective netball. Jones, high ball, Rowe. And Oyella getting called on the contact. So Georgia Rowe entering this game unexpectedly courtesy of injury and doing more maybe than what her coach expected of her, shooting 9 from 10 currently. Rachel Nanyonga, the goal attack for Uganda, so just hasn't delivered the way she did yesterday against South Africa. She really stole the show for the Ugandans, shooting 22 from 29. Her work rate was just sensational. May just have taken a little bit too much out of her. She's been so good all week. And we just hold this 6-goal buffer between these two sides. And Chelsea Lewis will go to pop up her 16th. She has not missed, Chelsea Lewis, as the Welsh flag hangs proudly here at Netball Central. And Lewis again, well, she's enjoying her run at goal attack, Chelsea Lewis. You wonder whether the load might have decreased. Well, it hasn't. Her volume at post going up to 17 goals. Defensively, probably not offering a great deal. She looks exhausted. And you wonder whether that change might come in at half-time. Emma Thomas, I'm just watching in the background as the Welsh girls go to warm up. Still looks quite ginger on her ankle that she turned in the first quarter. High ball again and connection between these two goalers.
Hold time, goalkeeper, no more.
And Paula Ferguson, the umpire, just calling time and signalling to Stella Oyella, the goalkeeper for Uganda, no more. Just calling it unnecessary rough play. And this is really where some of these lower nations here in Netball World Cup have needed to adjust a little bit earlier to the umpire's whistle. Things obviously play out a little bit different back into their home game. And again, Oyella, well, she is treading a very tight line. The last thing an umpire is going to want to do is send a player off the court. But if they think that things are getting undisciplined and if not somewhat dangerous, that whistle will go. So Stella Oyella just at the back of play, having some words with her coach. And Rashida Rabira, just you could see that he was telling her just be smart. And already we're out to 10 goals for Wales. What a great quarter it's been. And as that ball pops in, they lead this quarter though, Wales, quite significantly. 14-9 is the quarter score lead. They're up by 4 at quarter time, Wales. And you can see goals in the second quarter, 14-9. 10-goal buffer, which is a nice place to be in if you're playing in the red and green. Uganda, on the other hand, really struggling to find an answer. The Welsh defenders having a great contest. You can see some really smart structures defensively set up for them. Dyke just running ragged over Uganda's new wing defence in Jessica Achan. And you get the feeling that Uganda are struggling to find an answer for the strength of the mid-court here from Wales. Jones and Dyke.
Advantage obstruction. Contact centre. Advantage obstruction. Advantage contact and obstruction centre.
So Chelsea Lewis takes the front position, works the ball, and goes to deliver. Number 20 from 20 for Chelsea Lewis. It's been a perfect return on the board for her so far. 1 minute left in this second quarter, and it's been all Wales from start to finish. Uganda look tired. And nothing seeming to fall their way. It was a tough day for them yesterday against South Africa. They contested for at least 2.5 quarters. Gee, that's an unnecessary challenge. And the second warning goes out to Uganda through Peace Prascovia. And she smiles and she realises that it was unnecessary. And beautiful long feed. Finds Georgia Rowe at the post. Young Georgia Rowe from Wales. And supported ably by Chelsea Lewis. Will she deliver this long bomb or just pop it over to Rowe? Well, she backs herself in. Why wouldn't you when you're 100% accurate? She'll get a second chance here. The offload or the post? Oh, she's gone the post. And that's her first miss for the game as the whistle blows for half-time here, Netball Central. Day 10, the final day of Netball World Cup action. And Wales completely dominant in that second term. They've broken out to a 13-goal lead over Uganda. It's 33-20. So the Ugandans head off to the change rooms at half-time. And they are going to have to find some answers, possibly from their bench. There's Nicola James. And she may get the nod to come on in the mid-court for the Welsh side. Well, their shoulders are up as they leave this stadium at half-time. Completely dominant in the second quarter. And as you can see, their fans are pretty happy. They're enjoying to see their Welsh girls do so well. And you can just see here the stats telling the tale just about everywhere. Intercepts 3 and less turnovers, less penalties and dominant at the post. So Wales really in control in this first half. What will happen in the second half? Don't go anywhere. Wales and Uganda. That second term, they've broken out to a 13-goal lead over Uganda. It's 33-20.
To find out more, visit onenetball.org.au.
Welcome back to Netball World Cup 2015. Netball Central Day 10. And this clash between Wales and Uganda playing off for final placings 7th and 8th here in Sydney. Steph Williams, goal defence for Wales, playing her 50th cap. Looks like she's enjoying every moment of it as Wales headed into the change rooms with a very, very dominant lead on their hands of 13 goals. And there's Namakasa. She really has been the go-to defender. She's fought hard all week. You just wonder whether the week has just been a little bit too much come the end of the day for Uganda. Peace Praskovia, she is the star Ugandan playing over in the English Super League, and she's just re-signed again with Loughborough Lightning under the tutelage of Karen Atkinson. So she will continue to try and improve her play, Peace Praskovia, and do her best for her beloved country of Uganda. And no changes being made for Uganda, and that really comes as no surprise, as this combination after the injury change really just stepped in another gear. And there are some changes for Uganda, and it looks like Stella Oyella, who came on at goalkeeper, is going to show her craft as well down at goal attack, and that puts Rachel Nanyonga, who just really looked way too fatigued, going to the bench. Rachel Nanyonga really has had probably one of Uganda's best campaigns in terms of all of their players on the court. And there's been plenty of commentators talking her up through the week. And Steph Williams, sadly, that smile that was on her face only a minute ago, now wiped through injury. And she's a very tough character, is Steph Williams, and it would take a massive blow to see her step out of the game. So she'll bite the bottom lip, toughen up and get on with it. Nods that she's all good to go. And Uganda open up with a couple of goals early. That's exactly what they need. It's going to be a tough battle for them to come back. They really do need some lift, energy, momentum, and that. Wow. Namakasa, when things are down for Uganda, she seems to come up with it every single time. Betty Namakasa, goal defence for Uganda. Oyella goes long and high to Praskovia. And that's a really good and confident sign for Uganda. They'll want to just be a lot more direct with their play. They've tended to use the ball a little bit too much, and it just allows Wales more opportunity to turn ball over. So it's a Yella again, and immediately, so the direction definitely coming from the coach of Uganda would be to tell their players, come on, let's use Praskovia at the post, and it's working. And at the the other end. Namakasa almost trying the chairlift with Florence Nanyonga. Didn't hardly get her off the ground. That just shows the exhaustion in the arms of the Ugandans. But they don't care. They've got the ball. And they've shot the first 3 goals and about to go in for number 4. And it'll bring it back to 9 goals. And it should just give them a bit of confidence, Uganda. So a bit of a smile coming the way. They know there's a long way to go here. But if they're going to fight, it's right now. And they want to be doing all of the catch-up in the last quarter. If they can get this score line back to maybe within half, somewhere about 4 or 5 goals, that puts them in reach going into the last quarter. So Wales just working the ball and eventually finding young Georgia Rowe on the baseline where she's presented for the best part of the second quarter. And again, just too easy for Wales to hit that circle edge. So again, trying to find Proskovia, and she's moving less, so they've obviously set that up clearly as their game plan. It'll be a possession call for Wales. Steph Williams will take it. And good contest coming in from Mimi. There's plenty of changes for Uganda at the halftime break. We expected that. They needed to do something different. Ruth Mimi moved to wing attack and Nakachwa into centre, so they've switched those roles.
No goalkeeper.
All right, and clear indication there coming from John O'Brien. And even the umpires allowed to get a bit of frustration because they're clearly indicating what the calls are, and they are here to umpire within the rules of the games, as are the players expected to play within the rules of the game. And you can see here now just the constant contact and undisciplined play from Uganda, and the way in which they are, in theory, they think they're allowed to get away with it, but one of these Ugandan players, I get the feeling, is about to be sent from the court to be taught, not taught a lesson, but to be reminded this is not how you play the game. Certainly won't work in their favour if they continue it. So can she hold on to the ball, Georgia Rowe? No, fumbles, and now Uganda will need to move this ball through court. The score now back out to 12 goals, so their early momentum run off the break now gone. It's Florence and Nyonga. They work the ball through Mimi in the middle. Choice words coming from Nakachwa to Namakasa teammates. So you can just see frustration settling in Uganda. That pass just falling apart. On the other hand, Wales just showing their class of play, but the footwork call comes. Uganda have responded after the break, and they've come out and leading this quarter 7-5. This ball goes in
obstruction from
And
behind.
they've drawn back 3 goals since half-time. They need to continue to do that. Maybe pick up another 3 goals or 4. They're finding it tough against Georgia Rote. 193 centimetres, towering at least 15 centimetres over her opponent in Florence Nanyonga. It's a tough ask. So Oyella, Nakachwa, and the footwork called. So Steph Williams holding 3 feet. Good disciplined play from the Welsh goal defence. And Williams finding Jones. Lewis just dropped off a little bit with work rate in this third quarter, as we said, probably not overly familiar with the goal attack role. But with the injury of Emma Thomas, has had to step up. No problems at the post. She's 22 from 23. Oh, well, gee, that was almost close from John O'Brien. And he's just going to call injury time here and speak with the goal defence. And just clearly indicates to Betty Namukasa, when you're out of play, you don't touch the player. And it's the Ugandans just playing a bit of trickery. And there's Florence Nanyonga. And it is tough for the Ugandan defence. The ball's coming down so quickly. The defensive pressure from Achan and Nakachwa just limiting. And Wales continue just to hold on their 11-goal lead. Haven't been able to take it out any further. Uganda have responded. Just getting a little bit messy all over the court at the moment. And the intensity's up. When Nakachwa gets a deflection there, it comes off the hands of Jones. And Uganda now really do need to convert on this occasion. Goal attack, Chelsea Lewis with the contact there, a little untidy on Namukasa, and at the other end some untidy play coming from their wing attack, Halima Nakachwa, oh sorry, that was Mimi now. And 10 days of play, fatiguing just about everybody. You can see a little bit of untidiness just creeping into both sides. Both desperately wanting to win 7th and 8th position. Can she keep it in court? Nakachwa she does. And Victoria's put out of play, so a nice little setup on the screen by Proskovia. Finds Oyella at the back and she steadies under the post. Finishes off and pops in her 3rd goal for Uganda. She's coming into goals at the half-time break. Stella Oyella, best name in the game. Defence of Wales here just forcing Uganda backwards. And they opt to go long, just kept in play. Could have been over a 3rd. Really clever play by Mimi. And she eventually hits the circle edge, finds Proskovia on the baseline, and they just get away with the goal to Uganda. And they bring the game back to 9 goals with their centre pass. So another opportunity to creep back at this scoreline. So a moment here now for Uganda, back to 8. If they can put on some defensive pressure here and stop Wales, it would certainly help. And Lewis and Jones patiently approaching the circle. And the Ugandans can't find an answer defensively against this Welsh attack. And Georgia Rowe should be thrilled at the end of this tournament to have experienced international netball, to have seen the big names, Australia, New Zealand, Jamaica and England playing off, playing against them. The gold medal game will be determined today. New Zealand going undefeated. Australia, can they rally and respond against the Silver Ferns? As Pretorius gets up strong, deflects the ball. And eventually gets pulled on the contact. So Proskovia now to go to the post and pop in number 28 for her. Just over 2 minutes of play left in this third term. And Uganda lead this quarter 14-9, so they've fought back hard. Wales had a 13-goal lead at the half-time break, and they've needed that lead. Uganda are chipping away. A couple more just before this three-quarter time whistle would do them well, but Georgia Rowe's going to make sure that she'll do everything possible to keep Wales well ahead here. And that's disappointing for Uganda. And Stella Oyella causing the contact as she took that ball. And beautiful opening of the court by Drain. And Dyke into the pocket, but they don't need her. There's a connection again between Lewis and Georgia Rowe, who is awesome. So 10 goals. Uganda are still winning this quarter, 14-11. They need to get a goal here. Look down the court, and they find Mimi. Great quick connection to Proskovia. Needs to finish off for Uganda. She does. Back to 9 goals. Uganda sent a pass. 30 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time to score. Oh, Pretorius doesn't want them to do that. They come up with the scraps through Nimukasa. And again, Pretorius all over that one. So a good victory towards the end of this quarter. Rosanna Pretorius, Susie Drain and Jones. Quick ball work through the middle of the court. Dyke, top of the circle. Georgia Rowe, she's going to go long. She's confident. And the obstruction is called. I get the feeling Chelsea Lewis might take this penalty shot. The whistle's gone. So it'll be Lewis to the post to take Wales into three-quarter time, and she misses only her second goal so far for this game. But it won't matter at the moment because Wales have continued to hold strong through the third quarter, even after Uganda's attack, but they come out leading 44-35. So Uganda won that quarter, shooting 15 goals to Wales 11. So it was a nice return coming out of the half-time break. Probably an opportunity on a number of occasions throughout the 15 minutes that Uganda could have stepped up and shot a couple more. So they leave their run home late. 9 goals needed to make up. And just watching the players there, it's pretty cold here in Netball Central. I don't think those Ugandans will be very used to this weather as we take a look at the three-quarter time stats. right down to the penalties. We've heard the whistle go and we've heard the umpires speak quite clearly. 56 penalties to Uganda. Can they tidy up in this last quarter, or Wales drive home and finish in 7th here at the Netball World Cup? Only 15 minutes of play left here for both of these nations in their 2015 campaign here in Sydney. Before tomorrow, they'll hop on their plane and head back to their homeland. Wales have got this game completely in their control. It's theirs to lose. They lead by 10 goals. Uganda, well, we ask, what are they capable of in this last 15 minutes? And we watch that ball go out of play and almost wonder whether or not 10 days of play have come to take their toll on the Ugandans. Rachel Nanyonga now back on at wing attack for Uganda. Kelly Morgan comes onto the court at goal defence for the Welsh side. And there's the captain, Susie Drain. Well, she will be pleased with how her team is travelling here so far. And we heard her say in the huddle a little bit earlier on, we have trained for this. We know exactly what we need to do. And Wales, all going to plan in this last quarter, will finish 2015 Netball World Cup in 7th position. And what a feat that will be for them. They finished 9th, the Welsh side, in 2011. Chelsea Lewis just trying to indicate to the umpire there to call injury time. I'm not quite sure what her concern is. So it's looks like it will be an improvement for the Wales side by 2 placings. But you imagine their coach, Patricia Wilcox, will just be demanding them. So we're just asking that apparently there is a little bit of string on the ball that started to come away, and the irony of this is that it was Chelsea Lewis, the goaler, that requested that the ball be changed over. You can imagine that anything that
broken. Yep.
is a little bit different when a goaler goes to the post, they're going to be the first ones that know about it. She won't want to have anything confusing her shot at post. So we get a new ball. And will the new ball bring with it any luck for Uganda?
Push.
And Proskovia and Mimi combining. And Peace Proscovia keeping the ball in play.
Beside the goal fence. Goalkeeper, hold.
So Stella Oyella will move closer to the post, stretches up and finishes. Oh, just the shot drops in. And the score remains at 10 goals, the difference. Susie Drain driving through centre court. Oh, good cut and drive from Chelsea Lewis. Well, she's found a bit of energy going into this last 15 minutes.
Now, pass or shot, stand out of play.
Right, so again, clear discussion coming from Paula Ferguson to the centre, who for Uganda actually has her bib on back to front. And that's Ruth Mimi. And she's just been told that that's enough. So imagine again a bit of frustration from the umpires that this Ugandan side just haven't tidied up or disciplined themselves. And instead of intending to go for the ball, at times their intention seems to be their opponent. Everything going the way for the Welsh. Kelly Morgan. And Bethany Dyke, she's been very good opening space up there. She is with the ball in hand now. Goes back to Morgan, continues. They'll go to the pocket surely. Jones all alone there. Oh, Dyke says, no, I'm just going to increase my stats. I'll take the ball again. Georgia Rowe twirling about, trying to set up play on Namakasa. And Florence Nanyonga called for the contact, and Chelsea Lewis just delivers at the post. And she really is finishing 2015 Netball World Cup in style. Oyella. Stella Oyella's gone into goal attack and shot 6 from 6. It's worked well for the Ugandans today. Rachel Nanyonga having to leave the court. Just not able to do the job. At the other end, Chelsea Lewis and Georgia Rowe. Georgia Rowe 21 from 24 and Lewis about to pop up number 28 from 31. Beautiful shooting action, Chelsea Lewis. And replay ball to call coming from the umpire. So again, Wales will go into attack. Chan now also being told that is enough. So it would be hard to find a player on court for Uganda that hasn't been indicated to by the umpires. And I know that these two umpires, very experienced campaigners in Paula Ferguson and Jono Breeden, the last thing they want to do is remove a player from the court. They understand that the Ugandans are new to the scene, but it is also about educating them as to what the international scene is like. This is how the game is played. This is how it's umpired. It's well within the rules. Lovely drive from Proskovia out of the circle. And she would really want to finish off 10 days of play, knowing that she has done everything she can for Uganda. Here's Proskovia. And Wales have come out of the blocks in this final quarter after being challenged by Uganda in the third. And with this goal going through the ring, they now lead this quarter 9-4. Go Wales, go Wales. And the fans in the stand, the Welsh contingent here in Sydney, will be enjoying the fact that they've been able to finish this quarter off strongly as Kyra Jones drives through the middle of the court. And Chelsea Lewis, certainly the star for the Welsh team. There she is on screen. Smile on the face. She enjoyed that one. And you wonder all of a sudden whether Wales now might just ease off a little bit and begin to enjoy play, realising that they are about to enjoy a sweet victory. And take out 7th position here at the Netball World Cup 2015. They've had some tough battles throughout the week, Wales. They won against Fiji on day 1. Day 3, they beat Zambia. And then they beat the Ugandans by 2 on day 4 of competition. That put them into the top 8. And then things got really tough for Wales as they hit South Africa and they lost. Then England went down. And if they thought it couldn't have got any tougher, they then had to come up against Australia on day 8. And they really did cop a hiding, 89-24 against the Diamonds. And yesterday, in trying to win to play off 4 positions, 5 and 6, they ended up losing to Malawi 71-52. So they came into today with 3 wins, Wales, and 4 losses. And they will leave here, no doubt, winners today with the 4 wins and being able to secure 7th position. The Ugandans, on the other hand, well, as I said earlier, they really have impressed crowds here. And people were very unsure as injury time, Oyella just rolling the right ankle. And she goes down to seek some medical attention. And the Welsh huddle comes together. Oh, you can see there she is quite uncomfortable. So changes will be made for the Ugandan side as Proskovia looks to be ripping her bib off and maybe even heading out to goal attack. And Patricia Wilcox, let's see if we can get some final words from her, her last moment maybe to coach this Welsh side in 2015.
Pressure down here.
Chelsea.
Let's finish this strong.
Let's go.
Let's go.
In
that 3 from the Welsh. 1, 2, 3. Let's finish this strong as Oyella finishes her 2015 campaign, sadly hobbling off the court. But congratulations to her. What an effort it is for the Ugandans just to be here in Sydney. And the crowd applauding Stella Oyella. And she departs for Uganda. And the Welsh now just taking control. Finishing strong, that was the call. Over 4 minutes of play left. That one nowhere near finding the target. So Uganda now, with the last few moments to try and attack, turn something positive, and the whistle goes and things just have fallen apart for the Ugandans here today on day 10. All their best play has taken place earlier throughout the week.
Goalkeeper, you're off now.
All right, and there you go. So we've been waiting for this all game, and the goalkeeper, Florence Nanyonga, being asked to depart the court. Unnecessary rough play.
Coming off 2 goals.
I think that's a fair call. She'll be requested to come to the sideline, and she'll be indicated to by the umpire when she can come back on play. I think that the umpires have given the Ugandans a fair chance throughout this game to clearly ask them to adjust. It hasn't happened, and as much as we hate seeing a player leave the court, on this occasion, Paula Ferguson well within her rights to call that, and Uganda will now be asked to play these next couple of goals with 6 players on the court. So if things couldn't have got any more difficult, they are now. And it's 7v6 on court. The Ugandans at the moment, luckily, going forward with the ball. It's the back end where they're missing their defender. And Florence Nanyonga, and I am guessing that after this goal, she'll be entitled to come back onto the court. So she's now been indicated to by the umpire. She can go back on. And let's hope that she just learns a little lesson from that and adjusts her play. We don't want the Ugandans to be deflated by the experience. They just need to understand they need to be tidy and contest the ball, not the player. Hopefully they'll be able to walk away with the footage from these games and continue to grow and learn over the next 4 years. To finish in the top 8 is nothing but phenomenal. And that pass coming in from Bethany Dyke, also phenomenal. So Rachel Nanyonga now back into goal attack, and Pretorius, well, she sighted it, she couldn't quite get to it, and Mimi and Proskovia will connect to finish on that goal for Uganda. Out to 20 goals now, this final quarter score, 16 goals to 6 for Wales. So they've put the foot down in the last quarter. They won the first quarter 15-11. The second quarter they won 18-9. Uganda got up to win the third quarter 15-11. And it is all the Welsh here. 17 goals to 6 in this final quarter. And Georgia Rowe, 28 goals from her. Maybe unexpectedly taking the court for Wales today. And it just continues to rain glory for Wales. I wonder whether we'll get a Tom Jones rendition at the end of this game. Hopefully no one will be throwing their panties onto court. Susie Drain, the captain for Wales at wing defence, will be thrilled with her team's finish, their performance. The way they finished this game ever so strong. Patricia Wilcox, the coach of Wales, will be delighted. A 22-goal lead with just 24 seconds on the clock. Uganda have had their backs against the wall from almost the first whistle. And the last passage of play will go to the right of screen to the ladies in the red and green. Chelsea Lewis with the ball, sights Georgia Rowe. She offloads to Dyke. And the ball will be progressed forward courtesy of a contact. 4 seconds on the clock. Rowe rebounds. Can she finish with one last goal? And the whistle blows final time. There it is, as the Welsh embrace Georgia Rowe and Chelsea Lewis. They will be completely overwhelmed yet thrilled with the final result as Wales win and finish 7th place over Uganda, 64-41. And Peace Proskovia, well, even though they've lost the Ugandans, they have thoroughly enjoyed the 10 days of play here in Sydney.